morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. So today, let's move straight to our class, which is we want to learn how to use filter in Microsoft Excel. So that is what we're going to look at today. So in the class, we're going to look at filter in general, then we move straight to filter number, then filter text, and then we look at conditional filter. So let's move straight right into the class. So we are going to make use of our previous data sets. It's quite very simple to explain certain concepts. Okay, so we have ID, we have first name, we have score, exam score, stipend. So we're going to analyze these data sets. So we are going to deal with filter, Microsoft Excel filter. Okay, so let me just I've done some work on it before, so let me just clear the filter there. I will show you how to do filter. I made in my previous video I spoke about filter and I did some examples on a very light note, but now I want to make sure I teach it in detail, so I move this filter off. Okay, so I want to work on filter on this data set. So in this case, you can just select your data set, the entire scope of the data set. Just select it depending on what you want to implement the filter on. So I select this data set now. I go to filter here, so I look at filter. So filter can be used, of course, you know what mean of filter. You want to get rid of some things you don't need at the moment. Maybe the data set you want to analyze, you want to just zero in on a specific data set, not all the data set, so you need certain things to be filtered off. Sometimes they can say, okay, get the first or the highest 10, the highest GDP, 10 GDP, the country that has the highest GDP, or it may be the first 5 countries. It might be the highest populated country, the 5 highest populated countries in the world, like that. So you have to filter off others. So there are different contexts that you can apply filter on. So let's move straight to filter. So when you click your filter here, when you click, it's already activated. Let me deactivate it. So I want to activate. So there's nothing here right there. Look at the title or the column title. You see something will appear when I click it. So when I activate it now, so it's already appearing. So there's something like drop down that's appearing here, so you can see it right now. So I want to just show you let me just show you filter in general. So I want to filter, let me just say I want to filter anything now. Let me just say 1. I want only 1 to appear, only number 1. So I click here. If you click now, you click here. This is general. You can look for anyone because it might be so voluminous, so you can just you type 1 here, it shows the only 1. So I select 1, so you see that it remove every other person or every other record or rows, and it left only 1 there. So that is filter. So that is filter in general. Okay, let me undo and go back. Now I want to filter number. So when I'm filtering number, you see, because it's number, so you'll be seeing filter number here. So if it is text, you will see something like filter text. They are not numbers. First name are not numbers, they are text. So the same thing, this one is number, you will see filter number here. This one is number, you will see filter number here. And I repeat again, so this one is not a number, it's a name, it's a text data set or data. So you have filter text here. So let's look at the first one, filter number. So if you look at filter number, there are a lot of custom operations. A lot of conditions. You can apply any conditions on it. So I'm also dealing with conditions here. So I can say okay, the anyone equals to, you see now, if you click, it will tell you anyone equals to, let me just say 1. You can use, and you can add other conditions or other rules here that the filter has to comply with, but I'm just dealing with only the first rule, only 1 rule. So I can say okay, only number 1. You see the same thing I did the other time, so it will leave only number 1. You understand? So now I will go, I can clear, I can just clear everything back again. Okay, so I can say okay, anyone equals or does not equals to 1. So it's going to remove 1 and leave every other person there. You see now it's removed 1 and leave every other person there. Okay, so I come to this place, greater than, I can say greater than 2, anyone greater than 2. You understand? So it's knock number 1 and 2 off. Okay, so I'm dealing with numbers now, so you can try every other one on your own. So less than, like that. Top 10. This one is very important in data analysis. You can see the top 10, top 5. So you can reduce it to 5. You can say 5. So it depends on what you're working on. You understand? So let me just say the top 5, because it's up to 10, so it's going to clear boot everybody. So let's test run this top 5. So if you check now, you see that one, in terms of the list ID is number 1, so the highest ID is 10. So I'm looking at that, so that's why it's leaving 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 there. Okay, so that is very, very essential. Now that is for filter number. Let me show you filter text. So filter text here, anyone equals to let me just say solo. You can see solo. So you can add, let me show you another one. So adding conditions. Let me just say add more conditions. I can say and or I'm going to use or. So equals to, let me just say solo and what's done or done. If you use and, it's going to look at anybody that is solo and done at this time. So let me just use or done. Okay, so or done. So I click this. Oh, sorry. Let me get it again. So okay, let me say let me check this and see. Okay, equals that will not work, I think. Okay, let me just use this one, solo, then I didn't put anything here, equals. So let me use or, and let me put and equal or equals to done. Okay, so please take note of this stuff here. So it's going to leave. That's what I really want to do. Okay, now let's look at other things about text. So we have anyone that begins with, let me say S. I like my name starts with X. So let me just say anyone that begins. So S is not. So it's left anyone that begins with X. So you have a whole lot of constraint. I mean, trying to narrow down to any scope you want. So ends with, you can try that one. Anyone that contain A. Let me just say A. Okay. Whether it's small letter, it doesn't discriminate so far as contain A. So you see now, so it left. So there are a lot of microscopic operations, I mean, trying to narrow down to a very, very narrow filtering. So you can conditionalize your filtering to an extent. Okay, so that is filtering. It's very interesting. I like that. I like filtering very well. You can do a whole lot of things with that. So that does not contain, this contain, that does not. So you can, custom filtering is here too, so you can also do that. It's almost like the other one I've shown you. So take note of this one. It says show rows where, so whatever you put in this place, that let it be equals to solo, that's what is that row is going to be remain there. It's going to show. You understand? So there are a lot of things you can use. Is that clear? So you can just try things on your own and let me get feedback from you. So that will be the end of filtering. Let me check if there's another. So you can try this one for numbers again. So many things there. So above average, so you understand what's average. Average is just like the middle ground between two range or two extreme, the between range, middle ground between range. If there's a range between 1 and 10 now, the middle ground could be let me just say 1 to 9. The middle ground could be 5. You understand? So that is average. So anyone that is above average or below average, you can also test run this on numbers. It works on numbers. Take note, you don't find average of names of people, but average of numbers. It might be their ID, it might be their exam score, like that. Okay, so thank you very much for staying tuned to this class, and I really want to appreciate as many of you that have been following my video. I'm very much encouraged by your consistency. So please just keep it up. I believe you. I will always make sure I give you my best. And if you have any comments, please get across to me. I would like to swiftly respond to any comments. Thank you once again. Go have a nice day.